Hello guys, welcome back to a new video. In today's video, we are going to continue linear equation 2 variables class 10th. So let's begin. Now, here we are going to learn two methods. Earlier in the old syllabus, we had to learn three methods. But now in the new syllabus for 2024 to 2025, you only have two methods, that is substitution and elimination method. So let's begin with substitution method. Now substitution method basically is getting a value of x or y from any one equation and then putting the value of y or x in the other one. So let's take an example. So for example, we have 7x minus 15y minus 2 is equal to 0 and x plus 2y equal to 3. Now, here you have to think about one thing is that select the small equation. Don't go for 7x minus 15y minus 2 is equal to 0 because that would be a bit complicated, or let's say you will make that more chances of you making mistakes there. So take a small equation that is x plus 2y is equal to 3. Now once we do that, shift 3 minus 2y. So minus 2 will be shifted over the other side. So this is your value of x. Okay, now what are you going to do with this value is that first let's name these equations as 1 and 2. Now putting these are the steps that you're going to that you will needed to write in the exam. Okay, putting value of x in equation 2. Now you must be wondering that if the equation sorry equation 1, yes. Now you must be wondering, if I just told you that 7x minus 15y minus 2 is equal to 0 is a bit complicated. So why can't we put the value of x in x plus 2y is equal to 3? Now there is a twist, because if you do that, you will get the same answer. Instead, you should put the value of x. You get a value of x from the second equation, which is smaller. Okay, now I'm going to put this value in equation 1. Okay, you have to make use of this equation as well. That's how it works. Now, once you do that, 7 into 3 minus 2y minus 15y minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, now you need to multiply 7 over here with this whole term. So it will be 7 3s are 21 minus 7 2s are 14y minus 15y minus 2 is equal to 0. So 14y minus 14y minus 15y, that's minus 29, and 21 minus 19 is 21 minus 2 is 19. So that will be 19 minus 29y equal to 0. Okay, so now shift 19 is equal to plus 29y. Okay, sorry, it won't be like that. First, shift 19 to the other side, so it will be minus 29y is equal to minus 19, so you can cancel the minus sign. Okay, now shift 29 to the other side, that will go in division. So 19 upon 29 will be the answer, not the answer but the value of y that we got. Okay, that's how it is. And then simply you have to do one thing, putting value of x in equation 1, so you get the value of y. Okay, now you have to put the value of y in this equation, in this one. Okay, I will label this as red with the red pen. Okay, because this step is really important. This is where you're going to get your final answer. Okay, so once you have got the value of y, x, now you have to write putting the value of y in x, you get the answer as, or you don't need to write the answer as, just write putting the value of y in x. That's it. I'm not writing here, but you need to write it. So x is equal to 3 minus 2 19 upon 29. Okay, and x is equal to 3 minus, so on multiplying we'll get 2 nines are 18, so that's 8, 38. Wait, sorry, actually you need to multiply 3 minus 2 completely with this term. 3 minus 2 completely with the term. So we'll get 38 minus 87 upon 29. Okay, now the answer will be, final answer will be 49 upon 29. And both of them are not divisible by each other or any other number, so that's it. This will be your final answer of x. Okay, now you have got the value of y. So now write in the final step. Therefore, the value of y and x is 19 upon 29 and 49 upon 29. That will be your final answer, and these steps must be in your book or in the exam paper. Okay. Now, let's take another example. Now here, if you take another example, let's say example number 2. Wait, let me do it with a blue pen. Example number 2. Then it will be solve 2x plus 3y minus 9 is equal to 0 and 4x plus 6y minus 18 is equal to 0 by substitution method. Now here you need to know that they won't ask if you have learned any other method. Suppose you have learned from a method that is not in the syllabus of CBSE and you're doing the exam, then those steps will not be given marks because that is deleted. Okay, even though it is easier, but still you need to go with substitution and elimination method only. And also in the question they will specifically mention that solve this question by substitution or elimination. If they have not mentioned by which method, then you can choose between elimination and substitution, but don't go with the other method which is deleted. Okay, now here we have equations 2x plus 3y minus 9 equal to 0 and 4x plus 6y minus 18 is equal to 0. This will be our equation 1. This is going to be our equation 2. Okay. Now, out of these two, which one is the smallest? Of course, the first one is the smallest, right? So now what are we going to do is, we will shift 2x to RHS side. Okay. Wait a second. Let's shift this one and this one at the same time over here. Okay, so 3y equal to plus 9 minus 2x, and then 3 will also be shifted, so it will be 9 minus 2x upon 3. So this is the value of y. Okay, now you need to put this value in equation 2. Okay, so how will you do it? So 4x plus 6 into 9 minus 2x upon 3 minus 18. Now remember that denominator will be same, only the numerator will be changed when we multiply. So it will be 4x plus 54 minus 12x minus 18, and below 54 minus 12x that will be 3. Now I'm telling you a direct step, just one sec. Now you must be wondering that if we have minus 3, so it will be a bigger number, right? So why not shift 3 to RHS, to 0 side, so it will be multiplied and it will become 0. Well, you cannot do that. You can do that, but not like this. You need to first get 3 on the denominators of 4x and also minus 18. Once you get 3 all common denominator, only then you can shift it. Now if we do that, so we are going to get 12x plus 54 minus 12x minus 54 upon 3. So I'm not writing this step. We will directly shift 3 to RHS, so it will become 0. Okay, now it is simply just subtraction. Here we have plus 54 and here we have minus 54, that will be cancelled. So 12x minus 12x equal to 0. Okay, we are getting 12x and minus 12x. That will be also cut. Now 0 is equal to 0 we are getting. So how will you find the solution? How are you going to find the solution? Now, if you have watched the first lecture of this chapter, where I have explained you the conditions for infinite solution or for just one solution or no solution, then you will understand that if a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 equal to c1 upon c2, then this condition is for which lines? Coincident lines. That means they can have infinite number of solutions. Now, if you get 0 equal to 0 in a question at the end answer, then this condition is applied over here. That there's no value. There can be any value. Okay. So, if you have written only this much and then just write therefore, this is an important step. Therefore, there are infinite number of solutions. Okay, this is the last step, and after this question is done. So this question is important because students might get confused because they have not come across such questions where they have asked a different condition or they have got a different answer other than the regular questions. Because in regular questions you will get the value of x or y, and then you will simply put it in the second or first equation. Okay, and then you will get the answer. In these type of questions, you need to keep in mind that if 0 is equal to 0, if LHS is equal to RHS, that means there are infinite number of solutions for this equation. And if you have written just this, then you will get out of marks. Okay. And these questions usually come for 3 to 4 marks. Okay. So getting 3 or 4 marks completely, that's a really good news for you in the exam. Okay. Just because this question is unique, I'm going to give it a star, 3 stars actually, because this question is actually very good and students get confused here mostly. Okay, so if you're writing this down, then make sure to draw 3 stars that you know that this is important. Okay, so now we are going to begin with elimination method, the last topic of this chapter, and after that you can directly begin to solve questions. Because I already told you the basic things that you need to know in the first lecture, and here the 2 methods that you're going to need to solve the questions. Also, this chapter does not have any graph questions, so that is really good. Actually, there are graph questions, but they are kind of different. Let me tell you first graph questions, how to solve them. Okay, so first they will give you two equations. Okay, just like for elimination and substitution method, they will give you two equations like this, and then you need to draw a box like this with let's say only three columns. One is for x and y, and draw an extra one like this. So you will write here x comma y. Now if they have given you an equation, then if you need to draw the graph, then you're going to need points. Okay, so to get those points, you need to put certain values in the equations of x and y. Suppose you take 0, the value of x, there will be something changed in the equation, and you will get the value of y as 1. For example, this is just for example purposes, and then you're going to write 0 comma 1. Okay, these are the coordinates of the lines that you're going to draw, and then you can draw then suppose you put the value of x as 2, then you get then you get the answer as 4 of y, then it is 2 comma 4 like this. And my tip to you guys is, I'm going to write your tip: write only two coordinates. because if you only get two coordinates, that is more than sufficient. Actually, no, not more than sufficient. It is sufficient enough to get a perfect line. Okay, you don't need to draw 3, you don't need to draw 4. That will be just a waste of time. But if you have enough time, you can. But general tip will be write only two coordinates. Write only two coordinates. That's it. Don't go above it, don't go below it. Okay. Now let's begin with elimination method. This method might seem a bit confusing at first, but it's not. Now let's take an example. Suppose we have 2x plus 3y equal to 6 and x plus 2y equal to 5. Now what you need to cancel here? Now this method, elimination method, right, the like the name suggests, it is elimination. We are going to eliminate a term. We are going to eliminate a variable. So here we can see that x and x. Here there is, in the above equation there's 2x, and the below equation there's only 1x. Now we don't need to multiply anything over here, but just if we need to write it, multiply it by 1. And suppose here that is required, 2 multiplication is required, so you will multiply 2 here. So what you will get here is 2x plus 3y equal to 6, and here 2x plus 4y equal to 10. And then just how you do multiplication, subtraction and addition, that's how you're going to do it. Simple. Now as you can see, there are plus sign. If there's no sign to such terms, then always consider plus sign. Now if you know there's plus sign, though they cannot be eliminated, so you need to write minus sign over here like this, and then also minus here below. You don't need to change the plus sign, just write below it. Okay. Now since this is plus and this is minus, they will cancel each other, so this answer will be 0. And also here plus and minus, so minus 4y is bigger, so the sign will be minus 1y, and just because it is subtraction, it will be minus 4. Now we'll cancel the minus sign, and we get the value of y, that is 4. See, now the question does not end here. You need to put this value of y in this equation. Okay, so let's do that. Once you put the value, you will get the answer, the value of x. So x plus 2 into 4 is equal to 5. Okay, now just one tip. Don't put the value of x or y in this equation. This is the modified equation that we're getting. You need to put it in the original one only. The value of y should be put only in the original equations, not here. Okay. Now we get the value of x is equal to 5 minus 8 equal to minus 3. Done. That's the question. Easy. It is so easy that you can do it. If you like, you can solve all the question with this method only. But as we know, they will specify the method of solving the questions. Okay, so always read the questions carefully, because they will always mention the method, which method you have to solve the question with. If they have not mentioned, then you're free to do it with any method. That is, let's say, allowed. So with this, we have completed our chapter linear equation in two variables. I hope you enjoyed my video.